Hey everybody, it is embarkation day. We are headed to the Allure of the Seas. I'm at my hotel in Orlando, Conrad Orlando. Check out the full tour on the channel if you haven't already. We're going to be doing some vlogging on multiple cruises. I'm doing back to back to back in multiple cities. We're going to see if this actually works out, but we're going to start at the Allure of the Seas today, get off of that on Friday and head to Miami and get on the Carnival Conquest, and then get off of that and head over to the Independence of the Seas. So I'm excited to do all these cruises and share everything I do with you all. Hopefully this content can help you plan your cruise a little bit better, save you a lot of money. So let's get going. It's woken up at like 6 a.m. by this not so light construction of them. Just appears to be installing palm trees and stuff into their water garden that's not quite ready yet. Now, if you're staying near the airport, you can definitely get a cheap shuttle over to the port of Port Canaveral for about $30 from airport area hotels. Since I was staying closer to Disney, I opted for a Lyft. It was about 75 bucks to get from my hotel all the way over there, about an hour-long drive, so nothing too crazy. If you have a family of four, obviously, the per-person price is a pretty good deal. Now, I am excited about my cruise here on the Allure of the Seas because I actually opted to use the Key on this voyage, which is about $35. Pretty good discount that I got on the app beforehand. That's one of my big tips, is to always check the app before your cruise because there are sales that are going on all the time. If you pre-book stuff, you're gonna save a ton of money. But anyway, it included internet, it includes early boarding, so I'm here at 10:30 a.m., about to walk into the terminal at Port Canaveral. I get an onboard lunch that's kind of a mini chops style meal. I got a nice disembarkation breakfast, as well as some activities and reserved seating on board. So we're gonna check everything out on the Key and see if it's actually worth it. Now, they don't let you film inside the security area, but in there I actually did have my own dedicated line for the Key, and that probably skipped a 10 or 15 minute line for security, so that already saved me a little bit of time getting on board. Not too many people in the port just yet, so I don't think that line was really that big of a deal. But we're through security now, we're heading upstairs, and they're going to check me in for the actual voyage. So I fund all my travel on the channel here. I did get a free cruise on this Allure of the Seas voyage because I have a few perks with the Gambler program on board Casino Royale. So they've sent me a few cruise offers throughout the year, actually more like one a week. And I was excited to jump on board on this. It was only for an interior cabin, but they actually sell some interior cabins that have a view to the outside world. It's on their boardwalk, so it's not exactly the most ideal cabin, but I actually had like a little peekaboo ocean view that you'll see in a sec. So overall, I was really happy with the cabin I received on here, even though it was technically an interior cabin. So at Port Canaveral, if you're a regular passenger, over there to the right is where you would check in, but over here to the left is where the Key and your priority check-in for Pinnacle Suites, as well as the Masters Gambler program. So we just have Key right now, and of course you see there's just absolutely no one in line. Checked in within a minute, now I'm walking onto the ship. So I'm actually sailing solo on this voyage without my wife and son. One perk of doing that, especially on a free casino offer, is you get double points each cruise towards your crown and anchor status. So I am making my way towards Emerald on this cruise. This is going to be my last cruise as a Platinum. So I'm excited to level up here and make my way to Diamond, which is kind of my ultimate first goal here. Here they're just going to scan my set sail pass one last time. Royal Caribbean makes that really easy to check in on the app, and it's added to your Apple Wallet on my iPhone, so it pulls up nicely. They asked for it a couple times in the terminal here, so really makes it easy. I think if you're going to compare things to what I've received on Carnival in terms of technology, which we will compare in future videos here, you'll see a stark difference. But now we're through and we can walk on board and begin our vacation on the Allure of the Seas. Little reminder here, if you are new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button, and if you are watching this video and you like this content, definitely like the video. It helps the channel out greatly. Thanks a lot. So a few facts about the Allure of the Seas. It was launched in 2009. It was the largest passenger ship in the world, taking the place of the sister ship Oasis of the Seas, which I sailed on last year. You can check that video out on the channel. And it was the largest ship on Earth until 2015 when Harmony of the Seas launched. Allure of the Seas is 1,187 feet in length and 215 feet wide, 225,282 gross tons, 16 passenger decks, 6,780 people can fit on her in double occupancy.
and there are 2,742 staterooms and suites on board. So she is a big lady for sure. Getting all excited here. This is the best part. We are on board and now we are cruising, everyone. Let's go have some fun. Normally the first thing I do when I step on board is the mandatory muster drill. Most cruise lines nowadays just require you to go find your muster station, check in, they'll scan your boarding pass, and you're good to go. There's a few things you got to do in the app on Royal Caribbean as well. Other cruise lines like Disney still require you to kind of sit through the whole safety demonstration with everyone in one spot before they cruise. I think that mode is a little antiquated, but I like Royal Caribbean's method here. So that's what I'm gonna go find. But how amazing does this ship look? The Royal Promenade on the Oasis class ships are just absolutely gigantic. I'm excited to jump on board Icon of the Seas at some point and see the iterations there to this concept, but it's a true street in the middle of the ship. It's just really incredible. So after finding my muster station, it was a quick scan of my boarding pass and I was all handled there. Took the stairs down. I was trying to take the stairs a lot of this trip. It's a big ship. You burn a lot of calories just walking up and down. So one little trick on your cruise vacation. And then one great perk of the Key is in the main dining room, you can drop off your carry-on luggage and they'll deliver to your stateroom when it's ready. Really a great perk here. You don't have to deal with the porters if you don't have a ton of baggage, and you don't have to lug around all your stuff before your stateroom is ready, which, you know, I got on at 10:30, so it's a couple hours away. So it's a quick little check-in here at the desk, and got my letter with all my perks on this voyage. I will say when I was taking the leap and purchasing the Key for this voyage, it wasn't really clear how many activities you would get as part of like this exclusive Key experience, or what shows necessarily would include that reserved seating. So I was a little disappointed in that on a 4-night cruise, there's really only 3 activities that they have reserved for the Key. Now, stepping on board, I actually didn't realize that the Allure of the Seas has no water slides, which I think they would have probably reserved some time on those water slides if they in fact existed. But I do think that they could have maybe made a few more times available for Key members here, just to, yeah, make it a little bit more worth it. So far the Key got me on board really quick, within like 10 minutes of arriving at the port. Security was the longest part, that was really quick. A couple people in front of me scanned my bags, up the escalators, got me checked in, and I was welcomed right on board. Like 10 a.m. I expected honestly to have to wait around for a couple minutes while they prep the ship, but it looks like things were good to go there. So now I gotta wait until 11:30 to enjoy my Key lunch, which is in the main dining room. It's kind of served like a light chops steakhouse style menu, so I'm excited to try that out. If you don't have the Key, you do have access to the Windjammer Cafe, which is going to be open pretty much when you get on board. Nice little welcome board lunch here. Of course, your standard cruise favorites, get your burgers, your hot dogs, a few other items. Usually there's like a carved roast type thing. I just always notice that that's always something that they're going to serve on the first day. Love it. So this is going to be pretty slammed later in the day. So if you do get on board early, I recommend that you head over here pretty quickly if you are someone who wants to grab lunch and not like have to hunt for a table. I feel like this is probably the busiest that the Windjammer is the entire cruise is on embarkation day, especially because people can't really go into their staterooms yet, so they don't really have a place to go hang out. A lot of people camp out at the tables. Okay, and I'll be honest, I was a little hungry. I didn't eat at the Conrad before I left, so I did grab a little pre-lunch, if you will, but it was pretty healthy, I would say. So, killing time before lunch, just wanted to check out a little bit of the ship, and so the solarium was an area that drew my attention. So this is an adults only area, 16 and up, has a lot of hot tubs, has some fake trees, very tranquil feel. It's blocked from the wind, even though it's at the very front of the ship. Really, really love this space. Definitely an area that I hung out the entire cruise. I love, love, love the solarium, so I definitely recommend it to people sailing on Allure. And it is not a Royal Caribbean ship without some weird artwork on the stairwells. This one definitely caught my attention. Usually on the first day I'm going to do a spa tour, one because I like to do the ship tour videos, and this is kind of the only way to get into some of the spa areas without paying, but I also like to enter the spa raffle. One of these days I will win it. I've never won a spa raffle before. Not a big spa guy, but if I get a nice little gift card to use on massage on board, I will definitely take advantage. So with time sufficiently killed, it was 11:30, it was time for the Key lunch. So I'm interested to see, one, how many people actually did the Key, and how many people we're going to participate in lunch. So little line to get checked in, but that went pretty quick. And after that, they showed me to my tables. This is in the main dining room. This isn't in one of the specialty restaurants, but it is a special menu. It's going to be a little bit more upscale than what you'll find in the main dining room, typically, kind of more along the lines of your specialty dining restaurants. Here's the menu, so you have a choice between an appetizer, an entree, and a dessert. I went with the wild mushroom soup, the filet mignon, and then, of course, the royal chocolate cake. Here's my little table set up for myself, so all very elegant. I will say, though, this lunch took forever. I honestly almost skipped dessert because my stateroom was pretty much ready by the time that this lunch was over. So I guess you could say that that is a benefit of this, is you have a nice place to hang out before your stateroom is ready. So from 11:30 until 1. I don't know if this is how the Key luncheons normally go, but I kind of wish that would have moved a little bit quicker, maybe taken an hour or so, and then we could go off to the rest of the ship and go explore. If you do arrive before your stateroom is ready, you're going to see a closed door, but pretty much right at 1 p.m. they're going to open those up. I found my room, which was 7717, so 7th deck. Really like the location of this. There's like a little secret entrance off at the end of the hallway that takes me right down to the boardwalk. Really love this, especially because, again, inside cabin, but has a window, as you can see. So let's explore the whole cabin. You can see that my luggage was already in there from the Key, so loved that feature. Definitely worth it for the Key. So, pretty standard Royal Caribbean bathroom in here. Love the real doors here on the showers. Then you have the hair and body wash here, kind of the mix. And then shower head. I'm about 6 feet tall, so the showers here work great for me. Really easy to control too with those knobs there. Then you have your toilet, of course. And a couple cups, like for, you know, kind of anything you need, like maybe storing your toothbrush or something. Lots of storage here in the bathroom. Some bar soap right next to the sink there. And then trash can and your toilet paper and towels, etc. There's also a towel rack on this side. 2 of them, actually. Good for hanging things up. There's also 2 little hooks there in the shower for hanging things, as well as 3 on the door. So then over here is your thermostat. Very easy to use. I'm going to turn this all the way to cool, because I like it cool. There's your switch. You got your master switch, turn everything off. Then individually, you got your bathroom lights and your bedroom lights. Some storage of different pamphlets and materials. Your kind of room service menus, that's not included on Royal Caribbean. Here's the room itself, nice and cozy. So this is technically an inside cabin, but the great thing was it actually came with a porthole that we'll check out in a second that doesn't have an ocean view, I don't think. It just overlooks the boardwalk on the ship. I think this is a great secret. Nice little storage over here. Got your mirror over here. This might light up. I think it does. Yeah, it does light up. Got your television right here, flat screen, Samsung. Nice. Good size for a cruise. You have a very outdated clock radio here with, in case you need to charge your original iPod, you got that there for you. Remote control. This couch here, which I think does convert to something for kids, not really adult sized. Closet area, you got your safe. And then you got some hangers and some laundry bags. Some nice art on the wall there. And then a nice converted bed to a nice king size bed. Those convert out to 2 twins if you're traveling with someone else. Just me on this cruise. Phone to make any calls you need to. Some more lovely art. Now let's check out the porthole here. Alright, looks like I got the Johnny Rockets view. Hey, and I actually do see a little outside of the ship there. Might be able to peek at some ocean views. You can watch the Aqua show right from my room. It's pretty great.
Overall, I'm pretty stoked with this room. One last look.
Since I am a casino guest, they did invite me to the welcome party, which they had a nice little raffle. And then the Key did deliver a nice little welcome amenity too, which was some delicious fruit, which is, you know, stuff you can find around the rest of the ship, sure, but it's a nice little touch to have that in the room. So Port Canaveral is the home of the Disney Cruise Line, so they did have the Disney Wish in port today with us. The Vision of the Seas coming in from Baltimore, just as a port of call here, not actually embarking, and then a Carnival ship up ahead too. Now, this is only my second time on board an Oasis class ship, and it still just blows me away how giant these cruise ships are. I can't believe that they actually kept making them bigger, and they just launched Icon of the Seas. Now, normally the embarkation day pool scene is going to be chaotic, but today it was about 50 degrees at Sailaway with some unseasonably cold weather in Orlando, so just keep that in mind. Went around and explored the pool deck though. They do have a reserved deck for Star, Sky, and Pinnacle sailors, so just keep that in mind if you were looking to upgrade a cabin on board. Now, Sailaway on embarkation day is usually one of my favorite times on board any cruise. I did manage to find this little secret above the bridge view on deck 14, I believe, so definitely check that out if you are someone who likes to watch a Sailaway, maybe a little bit less popular than the main pool deck.
And now my favorite part of any voyage, it is setting sail.
Now, my favorite Sailaway port of any is Miami. I think that it's just absolutely beautiful, especially when the weather cooperates. You just have the sunset and the Miami skyline behind you as you're having dinner on board. It's just truly a magical look. Now, I will say that Port Canaveral has a pretty nice view too. They have Cape Canaveral and the beaches there. It's actually a national seashore to the north, so it's really, really pretty. But today's weather didn't really cooperate all that greatly, but it's still nice. So Port Canaveral gets high marks. I think there's other ports that are not so pretty. I think Los Angeles and Long Beach are definitely two that are some of the ugliest. Sail past like a federal prison and some oil refineries. So overall, Port Canaveral definitely beating that. So after Sailaway, I really just popped around the ship a little bit. I actually skipped dinner in the main dining room. Wanted to go try out the ice skating show, which was just absolutely stunning as usual, and then I had a late night hot dog on the boardwalk. So overall, that is the first day on board Allure of the Seas.